What if I told you the most dangerous car in the auto industry right now is not a Tesla, not a Ford, not even a Toyota, but a tiny electric hatchback from China that costs less than a used Honda Civic? And somehow, this little thing now has roof-mounted LiDAR technology that even some luxury brands struggle to deliver. Before we dive in, smash that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned, because what BYD is doing right now could completely change the future of cheap cars forever. Hey, this is Mark, and you're welcome to AUTOSAYS. For decades, advanced driving tech was a rich man's game. If you wanted self-driving features, radar systems, or expensive sensors scanning the road like a fighter jet, you had to pay luxury money. We're talking Mercedes, Tesla, Volvo, Polestar, brands charging premium prices for futuristic features. But now, BYD just threw a grenade into that entire business model. The company's smallest and cheapest EV, the 2026 Seagull, now comes with roof-mounted LiDAR and autonomous driving features for as little as $13,000 in China. 13 grand. That's cheaper than many gasoline cars in America today. And here's the scary part for the competition. BYD didn't raise the price much to do it. This is exactly how industry disruption starts. Quietly, slowly, then suddenly, all at once. The Seagull already sold more than 1 million units in under 3 years. Think about that for a second. A tiny budget EV became one of the best-selling electric cars on Earth faster than most legacy automakers can redesign a cup holder. And now, BYD is loading that same car with technology once reserved for luxury vehicles. 12 cameras, 5 radar units, ultrasonic sensors everywhere, and now LiDAR sitting on the roof like a warning sign to the entire global auto industry. Funny thing is, most Americans would probably laugh at this car at first glance. Because honestly, it's tiny. This thing is about the size of a Mini Cooper mixed with a toaster. On American highways filled with giant SUVs and pickup trucks, the Seagull almost looks like it accidentally escaped from a golf course. It only makes around 74 horsepower. That's barely enough to impress your lawnmower. But here's where things get interesting. BYD never designed this car for Texas highways or cross-country road trips. They designed it for the future most automakers are terrified to admit is coming. Crowded cities, rising fuel costs, traffic restrictions, and younger buyers who care more about technology and affordability than horsepower. And suddenly, the joke starts feeling serious. Because while legacy automakers are still trying to figure out how to make affordable EVs profitable, BYD is already mass-producing them with self-driving technology included. That's the part nobody in Detroit wants to talk about. Ford loses money on many EV programs. GM keeps adjusting strategy. Tesla is fighting price wars. Meanwhile, BYD keeps cutting prices while adding more tech. That's financial warfare. And history tells us exactly what happens when an industry ignores low-cost disruption. The same thing happened in electronics. Japanese brands shocked America in the 1970s with cheap, reliable products. Korean automakers did it in the 1990s. Now China is coming for the EV market with terrifying speed. But hold on. Before you think the Seagull is the perfect car, there's a catch. Actually, several catches. The charging speed appears painfully slow by American standards. Reports suggest it maxes out around 40 kilowatts. That means road trips could become a nightmare. Imagine sitting at a charger long enough to watch an entire football game just to continue your drive. Yeah, not ideal. And Americans love space. Huge cup holders, huge seats, huge trunks, huge everything. The Seagull is the opposite of that philosophy. It's a city car built for efficiency, not comfort on a 12-hour interstate drive. Most American buyers already complain compact crossovers are too small, so convincing them to buy something even smaller could be a brutal challenge. But here's the cliffhanger nobody can ignore. What happens if BYD keeps improving? Because right now, this is only the beginning. The company already launched ultra-fast charging stations in China. They're rapidly expanding into Europe, Australia, and other international markets. And every year, the technology gets cheaper. Today, it's LiDAR in a tiny hatchback. Tomorrow, it could be full autonomous driving in cars cheaper than a Toyota Corolla. That possibility should absolutely terrify competitors. Especially because BYD controls huge parts of its own battery supply chain, which gives it a massive financial advantage. They're not just building cars anymore. They're building an ecosystem. And ecosystems win wars. Just ask Apple. The craziest part? Some luxury automakers actually removed LiDAR from expensive cars because of supplier problems. Yet somehow BYD figured out how to put it into one of the cheapest EVs on Earth. That's not just engineering progress. That's a warning shot. A huge one. Whether Americans would actually buy the Seagull is still a massive question mark. The tiny size, weak highway performance, and slow charging could make it a hard sell in the United States. But maybe that misses the bigger story entirely. Because the Seagull is not important because it's perfect. It's important because it proves advanced EV technology no longer belongs only to wealthy buyers. And once that door opens, there's no closing it again. The real fear for legacy automakers is not this one little hatchback. It's what comes next after BYD learns from it, improves it, and scales it worldwide. And if history repeats itself, the companies laughing today may be the ones panicking tomorrow.